Good morning, children. Today we are going to study the fifth property of determinants. Let me read it. If some or all the elements of a row or a column of a determinant are expressed as the sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinants. Alright, so children, whatever results or theorems we have studied or properties we have studied for row operations, it will work for column operations also. So you can just see here, there is a determinant delta, right? In that the first row is written, the first row elements are written as product of two elements. So what the property says, if this is the case, then what you can do is, exactly at the sum part, you can break it. So you can see that it is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, K1, K2, K3, A2, B2, C2 and A3, B3, C3. Let us verify this, children. So I have delta this. So I am expanding along the first row. First position positive 1, 1. Second position is 1, 2. So 1 plus 2, 3 negative. Third position is 1, 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Position is positive. So I have A1 plus K1 minus B1 plus K2 and C1 plus K3. Then you know usual procedure. Delete the row, delete the column. Then you have B2 C3 minus B3 C2. Then minus of this times A2 C3 minus A3 C2. Okay. Then again plus C1 K3 times A2 B3 minus A3 B2. Alright. Now I am opening the brackets. Can you see that? So A1 will go with this full term. K1 will go with this full term. Minus B1 will go with full term. And minus K2 will go with full term. Same way, C1 will go with this bracket. Plus K3 will go this bracket. Okay. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to collect all A1, B1, C1 which are independent of K1. So this one, this bracket and this bracket. Can you see this? I have written here. Now all the terms containing K's, K, K, K as it is I have written here. Alright. So this, if I rewrite in the form of a determinant, this is nothing but A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3, K1 minus K2, K3. That means K1, K2, K3, B2, C3, C3, B2, A2, C3, C3, A2. Is that clear, children? So this is our property of the determinant. This can be happening for column also. Now the last property of determinants we are going to study is property number 6. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant, a multiple of another row or column is added, then the value of the determinant is same. Alright, so what it is saying? If Ri is changed by Ri plus scalar times some another row, or in column Ci, you are going to do Ci plus K times some another column, then it says that delta and delta 1 are same. Alright, so just see what I am doing here. I have written here delta is equal to this, our determinant, right? So now what I am going to do is, I am going to do this operation to R1, I am going to add lambda times R3. So it will be A1 plus lambda A3, B1 plus lambda B3, C1 plus lambda C3. Okay, now we are applying the previous property 5. So what will happen? This will get split here. Yes. Also we have studied a property that if some constant is common for one particular row, one particular column, you can pull it out. So lambda is pulled out. Yes. Again one property you have studied, children, that if two rows or two columns are identical, then the value is same. If you look at row 1 and row 3, A3, A3, B3, B3, C3, C3, this determinant will be 0. So what will happen, children? This is nothing but your delta. That means this will become as delta is equal to lambda plus 0 because R1 is same as R3. So that we have delta. So children, we have completed all the 6 properties of determinants. Next time when we will come, please revise all the properties and we are going to solve problems on it. Thank you, children.